have you screwed us over? If not, then you can make it up to us. And you're gonna make it up to us by investigating into this girl. So I think like Ben's intention was like, in general, if it like to learn more about her and like to make sure that she was true on her words, like she wasn't bullshitting him when she told him she doesn't know where Novak is, and stuff like that.
All right. Let's. So what I'll do is let us do. Let's do it, and I guess I'll just we'll roll an investigate roll for your contact. We'll give them one tag of just kind of on the trail, so it'll be at least at a +1.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go from there, seeing what.
Oh, it's only +1. Okay.
I may want to use a hurt point for that. If it's possible.
Well, how would you like use the hurt point narratively speaking?
So your contact is following me, right?
He's gathering information, but like he's from like the way how I imagine he's like the guy that does the research, like knows the word on the street and stuff like that, like, but also like a little bit of investigative journalism, quote unquote.
So he basically, like, he's, ear to the street, like he goes around, he does online research of what he can, dig up, but does he do like, on the street research, or?
I think he isn't like more technological ways like you, like like one of those old school guys, like he's like from the old school mob mentality almost with it, you could say.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but when I left your car, right, and I went through the whole thing at the therapist, and then I went over to the cabin in the woods, and I saw that Nowak was taken. I checked, like I stopped for a second, and I looked to see if anyone was like, if anyone was there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I was wondering if maybe your guy was tailing me, because you told him to dig up some stuff as soon as I left, right? So maybe he might have been following me, but if you say that he's like technologically advanced, so he doesn't really have to follow me per se, then
no, he isn't like technologically advanced. Like he's like more of the guy that speaks to people, like, and tries to pull up archives and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I'm wondering if I can use my hurt point in like a flashback sense, where as your contact was like looking me up and stuff, he might have gotten a lead that I live, or I have like a separate cabin that I was holding Nowak in, right? And he might have gone to those woods, and I'm thinking, like, do I have to do a counter roll, or do I just use my hurt point?
Hurt points is just like -1 to it.
Okay, so let's say that he went to the woods, and then he got like he got lost in the woods and stuff, and there was like he has like a foggy memory because of like the witchcraft going in the woods, kind of like what happened,
Mhm.
and like his information isn't clear, and it's like he kind of had like a harrowing experience, so his information might not even be clear.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can apply hurt points through a core action like flashback, or if
No,
it's just
you,
like
you don't, it's
yeah, go
just
ahead.
like it's like hindrance in it. Like
Okay.
I don't know like if it, but that's actually a good question. I don't think like it can be used like in a flashback sense. I think it's more like the actions taken in the current time against the actions narratively of the other characters, but wasn't no way like in your cabin. Like,
Yes.
so you've got like another piece of a property in this sense. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm interested like if you can use like hurt points in the
Because
flashback.
if it's just like in the moment, then I would ask, where am I right now during your phone call? Am I still in the house? Because you said that when I
Yeah.
went in, that's when you called, right?
Yeah, well, during the time you were in, like, then you exited the car, went for the
Okay.
call.
I'm wondering, Rob, if I can have like some sort of a sense just to like my magic, right? I have a sense that Ben is calling, and I could maybe I can like mess with the phone, right? I can use like, let's say I hex the phone or I curse the phone where it just like the reception is bad, and like he can't really hear what his contact is saying, and for some reason it's just like not working well,
But
kind of like a hindrance in the
aren't
call reception.
mm-hmm. But aren't you right now preoccupied with getting out of there or like searching the apartment?
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, I don't think I can. That's actually okay. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good on you. Good timing. Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
I definitely am gonna ask in the MC then afterward, like if you can use hurt points in that way, because I'm interested. Like,
Yeah,
getting
because I was like, maybe I can like apply the hurt point during a flashback, so like the contact gives
Mhm.
you scrambled messaging or whatever. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay, let's see. So investigate with power of 1. Here we go. How bad is it?
let me see.
Great success.
12.
Oh
Nice.
my god.
12.
Wow.
Ah.
So you are you do get one question that you can ask directly that Blair has to answer at least straight answer or solidly to it.
Mhm.
Okay. Ah, only one. Okay, I've got to pick carefully my words. I definitely want to know about the Novak situation, but like,
So this
okay,
would. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
hmm. Well, the whole debacle was started because you said that Novak wasn't there and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I'm gonna use this great success because we also need Novak for completing the case. Although I would love to learn some more personal information. I'm gonna use it like for the contact to give me like complete like completely monitor like movement of Mr. Novak after your meeting with him, quote unquote. Like not like after the meeting, but like after the time I left the left you at the psychiatrist's office. So yeah.
So wait, it's a question to me, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a question directly to me.
it's
So a
Right.
question that I have to answer.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah. It's not like you're directly. It's not like you're asking Blair in game, but yeah, it's basically
Mhm.
Blair
Yeah.
has to answer the question.
Because
Yeah,
it
no
would
problem.
be like it would be in the form of what the contact would know, right? So like
Yeah.
let's say you wanted to know, oh, where was Novak the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Like where was he? I would have to be like in the frame of what your contact would know, he would like look up that I took out, a property or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, there was like two people there. It seems like like something like that, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
So
it's a question that
yeah, where was Novak after your where was Novak after our little chat? Like where he was stationed?
after I left your car before the psychiatrist situation.
No, after our chat about you investigating into him.
Oh,
Let me see.
where was he? Okay, so he was there, like he was at the location, and like, do you want to know what happened? I'm pretty sure it's a great success, so I tell you like what happened when I went there, right, Rob? That's how it would go. Like I give like full details.
You have to give at least you have to give a pretty straight answer. Yeah, like if it's a mild success, you can kind of be fuzzy with it, but because it's 12, it has to be at least like a solid answer.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so what is your question? Just like
after your investigation into the Novak,
yeah,
where was he stationed?
he was stationed in a tiny house that I took out with a portion of the money that we got from the job.
Mhm.
And I told him to stay there for the time being.
Mhm.
When I went to his workplace via the information of your contact,
Mhm.
I went there and he was there. And that's when I told him to go there and wait there. So he was stationed at that tiny house in the woods or the forest, the woods, whatever, the woodsy area of the city.
Mhm.
So that's where he was stationed.
Okay, so Penny is to the phone. He's like, Adam, you sure about this? Oh man. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that.
So
Damn, a great success on that? That's insane.
well, I'll be glad that there isn't dynamite improvement on it, like on the tax used for it, because
I think that's the first time someone made a roll on me before, like another player character.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of PvP in this game.
Yeah.
Not really complaint, mind you, but it's
yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting because it's just like, oh, okay, now it's targeted to me. Interesting, cool.
Yeah, and in theory, yeah, I could. Yeah, it's always an option.
Okay, so Ben is like to Adam to his contact, like, wait, are you serious? You're not mistaken. You're 100% sure about this.
I can play I guess I can play the client. It's just like, yeah, no, I went to something said about a property out in the woodsy area. The property's taken out in Burkitt's. That's her name, a B Burkitt's.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep, right there. I got CCT footage. It seems like both of them were there. It looks like they had some kind of a meeting, lengthy conversation.
Okay, I'll tell you what. bring the footage to me garage. I need to really sit on this. Like, oh my god, if Lily finds out, he's gonna fucking murder her.
Hold on, actually, since you got a great success, right? And
Yeah.
your client, wait, this was after after I left your car. So
Yes.
that means that you would have gotten the information that the other group came in and took Novak because it's CCT footage. So
Yeah, yeah.
there was cameras up there, and I
Yeah.
got that information. So you would have gotten that information too.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you know that too. So you know
Okay.
that he was stationed there, but a group of people came in, like stormed in and took him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because with a great success, I'm just gonna say you got that too.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Look, bring the footage to me, and I've got to deal with this. Ah, crap. Thanks, Adam. Again, I owe you one.
You just whip out
Sorry
an
for not trusting your information from the get-go. You once again came through, man.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it happens. Girl seems like she's sneaky. I don't know who you're dealing with or who's on your team, but just be careful, I guess.
Well, certainly will after this. Okay, bye, man.
I'll make it
Benny
later. Oh my.
hangs up the phone, and he kind of sighs a bit, a big bit, and like puts his head in his hands before returning to the car. And, like, she in there still, or
Yeah.
like, well, wait.
Oh, are you asking
Blair
Louis?
to get out? Yeah.
What you guys
Still in
doing?
there? Louis, she hasn't returned yet.
Wait, who are you asking for?
Blair, like,
Blair.
she was in the
Sorry, my
place,
fault.
right?
No, I think he's asking you if I returned yet. So Ben is talking to you, Louis, now.
Oh,
Correct.
I'm having a hard time remembering who Louis even was.
You went. Yeah, I actually forgot for a second, but then I remembered. So you had gone. I think you had gone in. Kind of tried to gone in with Blair, but then you were thrown out by the bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So you were sent
Yeah.
back to the car, basically. So I'm assuming at that point you went back and kind of just hung out in the car until at this point. I'm assuming once, because I think Blair did get out, that Blair would eventually regroup at the car.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I'm gonna say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Louis just kind of stewing there in the car, kind of daydreaming about the different things he's going to do to the guard when he actually has a moment. Because he's got kind of short fuse.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that I make it out. I go for the guard. Do I have to roll for that? Like a sneak out? Pretty sure I do.
I could have sworn that we had resolved your situation before we ended last time.
It was resolved, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So I make it down and I'm like walking towards the car now. And I think I have pictures of the mirror and the notes of like on the mirror, right?
Correct, yes. That's what you had found.
Okay, and I think I see Ben and Louis in the car, and I sort of, I walk up, and I'm like, fast walking, like, and I get to the car, and I, when I come inside, I'm just like, whew, okay, nearly got caught there, but, I have, okay, before say anything, there's this weird, nothing in there much, but there's this weird mirror with like all these notes on it. Like, I don't know if you guys want to look at it. And I'm like scrolling through and trying to like find it. And I like show them. And I'm like, see, like weird, like what did the note say again, actually? They mentioned like
It was notes. Some of them that looked to be like self-written, some that looked to not be self-written. That were almost like positive words of reinforcement. Because I believe that you had gone in there to investigate to kind of see if there was any information from the clinic that she had went to,
mhm.
and there was a lot of kind of phrases talking about to how she can use her voice to help people, how embrace her gifts and just don't don't be a
Like sort of
yeah, just kind of and some of it are kind of written from like to Martha, kind of in like the verbiage. Some of it's kind of written as if like she wrote it for herself, kind of to get herself like in a mental state where the notes essentially are altogether describing how she shouldn't be ashamed of her soulful voice, based on like what critics say, and that she can use her talents to really help people instead.
okay. And I think did I look for like prescription bottles and all that stuff? Like 'cause it's been a while since the last time. I don't know if I if I
think
did a
we,
thorough check
I,
as I think I did.
like,
I think we have not, but not sure.
if you did, I would say just from your time there, you didn't see any um prescription bottles or anything like
Mhm.
that. No.
Okay, so what like when I show them, I'm just like, yeah, there are like these notes, kind of like self-affirming notes that she wrote to herself. It seems to like correlate to what they do in that therapy, quote unquote, place. It's more so just like them telling you to like embrace your gifts. They know that. I mean, I don't know. I say that they know, but I feel like they know what's going on with Martha, and they're still encouraging her to sing.
It's not good. Not good at all. So, what is any ideas like why these wonkers want her to deceive her into good kind people?
They're insane. They want to, I don't know, cause as much harm as possible.
But so far, I mean, come on, what do we got? We got what, two dead guys with those no connection between them?
We don't have
Do we
anything.
have more than two? I may have miscounted.
Yeah,
I think,
we've got two of them.
yeah, two.
Two dead guys, no connection between them.
The
Why?
only
Oh,
conne-
What would be the point unless it was a dry run?
the only connection between the two is Martha. Realistically,
well,
Well, my point though is they know each other. We thought maybe she was actually trying to kill these guys. We couldn't find any thing that would lead her to that, unless it was a test. Oh,
hmm.
like test of
That's,
her throat or what?
to see if she could do it.
so they're trying to push her limits.
So
Hey, look, at this point, I think anything's possible. Every time we try, every time we try another avenue, we get shut down. We're kind of running out of information here.
well, boss, I may have something, but I'm gonna take us on a tour if you don't mind.
A tour.
How much time do we have before we've got to meet back with her at the washboard?
I think this is more of a pressing matter.
More
You'll understand
pressing
once I
than
show you.
Martha.
Oh, it involves Martha.
All right, Ben, where are you going to take us?
I'm gonna take it to my garage, and like Ben puts the pedal to the metal, like he he like drives there. Like he tries to like follow the laws because like he's not the legal owner of the car, but yeah, he's in a hurry, but like in a civilized way this time. But like once Ben drives the group to the garage, I imagine that his contact like left all the stuff on in there somewhere, like the records and stuff like that. And Ben like opens up the garage and he's like, "Come inside." Okay, I didn't want to do it this way, but Louis, you remember Adam, our ear to the ground on the streets?
What about him?
Oh, I got into contact with him, and about our whole situation, and it's a lot to digest. And like when he takes kind of this little like laptop, inserts the footage in there, and well, I think it's better for you to watch it yourselves and place the footage of Novak being taken.
Oh,
After it's done playing.
Wait, he's been taken?
Yeah, well,
Who's the last person who saw him?
Blair. Yeah.
Blair. I'm pretty sure you show this to like both of us, right?
Yeah,
Like you make
yeah.
it kind of like a dramatic thing. It's just like I think you guys should look.
Yeah.
So when you open the laptop and you start playing the footage, and Blair kind of goes like, "Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait, are you spying on me?"
Well, you said it yourself. You weren't lying to me, and I've told you. In that case, I'm gonna test my contacts. Prove to the world, like if he started to bullshit us or not. And I decided to test it this way. Now I do get that you're upset, but we're talking about a job that you've put into risk by not being honest with the crew.
I can't believe this. You're
My
I
contract
didn't-
is to Louis, okay? And I do whatever it's necessary to protect this crew. If that means run background checks on everybody that we recruit, then so be it.
background checks. Am I a suspect now?
ooh, the drama.
What exactly are we seeing here?
Yeah, you should probably explain what like the scene
'Cause I
that
feel like
shows up.
Like yeah, I'm an older guy, guys. Remember, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
So explain. Explain.
Yeah, like I'm guessing like the footage of the surveilling system is like the scene of the Novak being taken from your how do you call it, chat or
Yeah. So essentially, you would see Novak going into the cabin, right? And like you see him sort of hanging out there for a little bit, and then after some time, you would see me walk in, right? And then you would see me talking with Novak. You see like the chat and the exchange. You see like when I'm like trying to communicate with him like through switching the notepad and stuff.
Mhm.
And then that would probably like fast forward. I'm pretty sure it's like sped up.
yeah.
And then once that conversation is done, you see me leave. You see him like sleep there or whatever for the day. And then you would see at some point the following day, or I'm pretty sure,
I
or
think it was
within
the
the
same day.
yeah, within the same day, you would see a group of people like sort of barge in and a fight happening. I don't know the details of that fight, but there was like somewhat of a struggle, enough to like trash the little tiny house, and then you see them take Novak. And then after that's when the footage stops. And then you would see me go there, and you would see me like look around the place, like try to clean it up as the best I could. and like, you know, I'm looking through the rummage and stuff, and that's what you would see.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you would see my interactions with Noak behind the scenes.
So, what did you guys talk about then?
Look,
Right.
it was a suspicion from the start.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he did it. I don't think he's responsible.
Rob, does anyone here recognize any of the folks in the footage?
Besides Blair, no one there would be recognizable. No, but I believe, yeah, no one there. You haven't seen any of those people there, so no. Even the people that came aren't recognizable.
So Louis very carefully reaches into his jacket pocket, pulls out a cigar cutter, and very dramatically cuts off the tip of the cigar while looking at Blair. And then
Out
very
of your
slowly puts it in his
finger.
mouth and lights the cigar. So Blair, let me ask you something. Who else did you tell that he'd be there?
I didn't tell anybody.
Well, who else knew that he was there? Let's see. Raise your hand if you knew that he was there.
I like sarcastically look at Louis as if like, you expect me to raise my hand, really?
I've only learned about it today, boss. I'm sorry.
Well, we got a problem. The one lead we had, the one lead that was going anywhere, just got yanked because Louis points at the video. So, what are our options?
We can bust him out.
Okay, that's great, Ben. Where is he?
Well, I do not know.
Did they put him in handcuffs?
They, from the footage that you see from the cabin, there is, you don't see them like handcuff him. Like, it's more that they almost like knock and drag him out kind of deal.
All right, so we know they ain't cops. That takes out one option.
Look, fine. It's the weird cult, whatever weirdo group that's been trying to contact me.
And how do you know that?
Because they contacted me.
And see, there's more to the story. They contacted you. And then
Look, me and Nowak, we talked about the situation at hand with Martha. He believes that he's trying to save people, I'm assuming. I take out like a picture of when he showed, or I think I kept the newspaper when he wrote murderer, or like when he drew Martha and was like murderer. He believes that Martha is taking people's lives somehow. And we were right about one thing. He is, I don't know, one of us. But I don't think he's the one responsible for those two deaths.
Well,
and if you guys would just believe me from the start.
and then
And then what?
I think
You didn't answer my question, did you? I asked you how you knew that they were part of this cult, and what did they talk to you about? What do they want from you? And how do they know? How else would they know that he was there unless you told them?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, okay? If it was up to me, he wouldn't be gone. I'm stressing out about the situation as much as you guys are. I tried to keep this under wraps. I don't know how they knew he was there.
And when were you going to come with us this information?
Once I had a better handle on it.
Oh, all right. How's that handle coming?
Okay.
How's the
Boss.
handle coming? That's a good
I
line.
know this is plot process. I know all
I
of us.
love that line.
I'm not saying the kid didn't screw up by withholding the
so good.
information, but we need to talk to the man, like, in order like to prove our theory, because he most likely knows more than us. So instead of assigning blame on whatever they did and whatever punishment meant you may take on in the future, let's focus right now on how we gonna locate him and how we gonna get to him.
Well, here's what it's going to be. If it's this cult, we already know where they're at because they bought my fucking house when it went to auction. We did establish that, right? I'm pretty sure that's the thing that we figured out.
That has not been established in the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
In that case, never mind. I take that all back.
I think they're just like, you had a suspicion that you knew about them, but I don't think that was like, I don't know if it was canon, quote unquote.
Yeah, I honestly thought that was I. It's been a while, but I really thought.
Yeah, Sam. No worries.
Great. So let's take a look. Hey, Ben, you got a whiteboard. We need a whiteboard. I want to just write down all the shit that we don't know so far. Here's what we got.
Okay,
We got a client we're supposed to protect who somehow might be killing people. We don't know how she's doing it. And every time we try to get fucking close, that big fucking gorilla gets us from getting closer to the damn apartment. Now we got some fucking cult who takes the one guy who might have answers and just goes away. We don't know where they go. What leads do we got? Where would they possibly take this guy?
I could scan this year's past if you want me to, boss.
How much time do we have before Martha starts singing? Because I'm pretty sure that is the main thing that we should be focusing on.
I would say you guys have one, since it was already getting pretty close to it as is. I say you guys have one downtime before that, before the night of her performance at the opera.
Okay. Do you got still the contact on these freaks, don't you, Blair?
Yeah, Blair. You know I must know how to talk to your friends.
No. That's not what I'm getting at. We're running out of time. We need to stop Martha, but at the same time, we need to get the intel. What did they want in the first place?
They wanted me for whatever reason.
Okay.
If I'm on some kind of a list, some kind of wanted list. They want to recruit me.
Okay. Well, as much I hate to say it,
I don't know where they would be, but
did they tell you how to call them?
And I take out the pamphlet, and I'm assuming, like the address on it, like the address, the number, and all that stuff. It's these people. Yeah, all that stuff. Actually, Rob, would that information be on that pamphlet?
Be kind of a useless pamphlet otherwise, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm assuming, or it's like a card or pamphlet card, something. I'm pretty sure that all the information is on there. So it's like, if we want to go after them, have at it. But
what we're running out of time. Like I was trying to say, I think we need to negotiate with these fuckers. As much as I would love to take Milan and bust their asses.
Is there a phone number? Do we have a way to call them?
There's a phone number, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Blair, why don't you go ahead and give your friends a call?
And say what? Ask them politely where they're holding Novak? I tried that.
Well, you've tried it, and you've told them to fuck off, that you're not gonna join their cult. Chloe,
Arrange
how
a
would
meeting. Can you arrange a meeting? Can you at least do that much?
I'll see what I can do. And
All
I'm
right.
going to take the pamphlet. I'm pretty sure they're not going to want me to leave their site, so I think
That's
I have
correct.
to.
In fact, you're gonna make the call from the car. We're going back to the washboard. We got that show.
Okay, and I'll make the call.
but as before he leaves, he takes like a few more rounds into his pistol, like with himself, just in case.
Yeah, and I call.
Okay. So as you call, and like similar to the last time you called the number, you get this a female voice that picks it, answers the phone, and goes, "Greetings. Who may I ask is calling?"
This is Blair Burkett's.
Yes, Miss Burkett. One moment, please. And kind of holds as it, about 15 seconds goes by before the phone gets reconnected to a male voice who answers. It's a familiar voice. You've spoken to the individual once or twice already on the phone. And the man goes, "Blair, it's so good to hear your voice again. What do I owe this lovely call?"
Listen, I have some inquiries about the situation. I'm wondering if we could meet up.
And what situation are we referring to?
You know exactly what situation we're talking about. Nowak.
Your friend. Okay. Guess we can arrange a meeting. We can meet down. We'll meet in a neutral location, someplace where it won't be disadvantaged for either of us.
Sure, fine.
I'll text you the location, and we can meet there tomorrow evening.
Okay, so out of character. Tomorrow evening is the same time as the show, I'm pretty sure. Because it would be one downtime from right now, which would be like sort of like a day. I'm assuming, or a couple days.
Yeah, downtime doesn't technically have to be a day per se. It can be like a few days or whatever. But
the show is tomorrow night, right? Did we confirm that, or is it just like a vague number of?
I thought it was a vague number. I don't know if we had an exact.
Okay.
It's vague enough. I'll say in this case, I'll say it's the day before, so it would essentially take up your opera time, basically.
Okay.
So tomorrow is the meeting, and a day after that is opera
Hmm.
house.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, good.
All right. And I just sort of like hang up on him. And when I get the texts, I let them know the time and place, and I go, yeah, uh, meeting set up.
Louis takes a long dragon cigar, slowly lets it smoke out in a very intimidating manner. Good. Any other secrets we need to know about Blair?
I sort of just like smile, like politely, but in a very, it's not sincere. And I'm just like, no, no secrets left.
See, that doesn't change.
So we've got we've got a bit of time left before the meeting, and less time before a bit more time before the concert.
Well, I think we are still going back to the washboard for her rehearsal, right?
Yeah,
She's not rehearsing at the
she's
washboard.
at home.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not. Okay, well,
I think this was like the end of the night.
oh, I'm
Since
sorry. I thought it was the beginning of the night.
oh no, this was the end of the night from when we tried to sneak into the
Wow,
place. I think this is
Yeah,
I think this is being done in the car, right? Yeah,
Okay.
this is being done in the car.
yeah.
All right, so we're done for the night.
Mhm.
I say we all go back to our respective dwellings. We all cool. We all chill, and then we resume tomorrow with fresh attitudes.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. To the best of our ability, anyway.
Hmm. It's a bit kind of disappointing.
Okay.
I think that's where we take our downtime.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm.
So it takes about an hour or so, and you get a message on your phone that gives you the location. It looks to be an empty, like, dock, kind of on the coast of the city.
It's just got to be a fucking dock. No one ever wants to be like in a nightclub or in a museum. Well, sometimes museums.
It's a dock. Okay.
No one wants to go to like a fairground or a playground or a circus.
No, because the docks have water, easier to hide a body.
And also, if things go south for them, they will have the home field advantage. I'd say, like with the prep work, a lot of high grounds, not too many places for me car to go in.
So
Okay.
so is everyone going, or is
I mean, there's only three of us. I don't know if we want to split the party any more than we already have.
Yeah. I'm assuming I have to show up. Like, I have to go there because they're meeting with me.
Right, it'd be a little weird if you didn't show up.
Yeah. And
Are we doing a montage downtime though, or is that? Or is that
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
we are.
yeah? So
that case-
basically, it would be like a montage thing. So like essentially, Blair's montage part would be going here to kind of do this scene, kind of in a way.
Well, I'd like to actually. You know what? I don't really think I need to. I think wow, I must have already recorded all my shit last time. All right, never mind. I guess I'm okay.
What is burnt? I have a couple burnt tags.
I have one burn, but something that's essential. I think. Let's see.
I think I might want to recover. I'm definitely going to want to recover those.
See, what are my
You
other
know what?
options aside from recovering on downtime? It's
I've put it into the chat. It should be the
Prepare for your next activity.
Yeah.
Didn't I have a cult profile?
I really need to get a hard copy of this game at some point. There we go. Downtime. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? No. No, I'll just go ahead and recover my one burn tag. That's fine. Okay. Because it might come in handy.
I want to explore my mythos. I don't think now's the time for it.
Hoping I could.
I think the
find
best thing for me to do right now would
a
be to
danger
just
profile.
recover my tags, because I kind of do need my my spirit form. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna recover my tags. Does that count for crew theme tags too, or
No, I forget.
no?
I think you get. I think crew tags get recovered by Geek Out doing the credits. I believe.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just recover my tags.
I think part of me wants to work on the position, but I don't see narratively like making sense in this time. So hold on, what? Okay, I think given the current situation and given how screwed we are, Benny is gonna work on his training, like kind of like give attention to it in the preparation for the confrontation, and the way how he's gonna do it. But he's gonna hit up some of his contacts from the days when he was robbing banks with them as an escape driver, to give him like instructions on what to do in a firefight, basically, like how to dodge bullets, how to aim better, and stuff like that. Just in case things go dicey, if things change.
Okay. So with that, everyone's attention, everyone's recovering tags that they've decided to do. Everyone makes their way to the docks.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do an investigate.
Yeah. So I show. I mean, hold on. Oh yeah, the music changed. I was like, what? So do we all show up at the same time?
Well, I'm assuming Ben drove me.
Yeah, I think Ben will drive like both of you.
Yeah, you drive all of us. Okay. So when we pull up, it's just like, well, it looks like this is the place.
I haven't been here in years. This takes me back. Yeah, a lot of good memories here.
I kind of rolled my eyes and just like get out of the car and start
Crazy about this
walking.
place is how human voices don't really echo out here. Don't know why that is. You think there'd be lots of echo, but no. You can have crying, pleading, begging. No one hears shit after a mile.
Okay. Boss, do you want me as a backup, or shall I leave with you?
I want you to keep yourself low profile if you can, Ben. We might need you.
Gotcha. And Ben stays in the car and kind of like cocks his gun, and like the prep work in his mind.
Now, do we want? So the way we approach this, do we want me to like go out there and sort of feign a one-on-one conversation, or do we want to just up front, all three of us go up and try to settle this?
Let's wait and see what they do first.
So you want?
I think we should. I think we ought to be nice and civil first. We have a conversation. We see what we can't work out. Then we fucking kill him.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of just walk up and I don't know if we see them.
Is there an atmospheric fog?
There is a slight mist to the darker area as you come out. It has been kind of raining throughout most of the day, and it's in that like late dusk type lighting, so the shadows kind of dance between all the different containers and the boats out in the water, kind of giving a bit of a shadowy, misty ambiance to it as you guys kind of. So, is everybody coming out, or is it just Blair that's coming out?
It's Blair and Louis, because
Yeah,
I was told to
Louis
stay
went out.
behind.
Louis not letting Blair out of his sight.
Okay. So as the two of you kind of start to make your way to the specific location, each kind of step you go through, you know, there's some puddles on the ground that kind of splash as you kind of step through them, and eventually you kind of see at the specific spot an individual, tall man dressed in like a stone gray kind of like suit. Hair is a bit like blonde, but kind of like a dirty blonde, kind of streaked back a bit. As he sees you guys approaching, and gives a slight nod as he sees you all. As you see, he goes, "Glad to see you could make it, Blair. Oh, and I see you brought a friend with you as well."
Yeah, I mean, you know, young girl can't walk around alone now, can I?
That is true. It is can be a dangerous city, though I'm sure you can certainly handle yourself quite well.
And how would you know that exactly?
I mean, I've seen some of your work. It is quite impressive.
Yeah,
It's
it seems like I have a
inspiring.
monopoly. I have a monopoly on my head. Seems like everyone is looking into me. And I kind of look back at Louis too.
Louis just kind of smirks.
And I sort of. So I go, okay, how do we do this? Look, Noak, I asked you before, where is he?
He's under our care. Don't worry, and he's not harmed in any way. He's a very interesting individual, I must say. More interesting than I had first given him credit. But still a special
And
one.
that doesn't answer my question. First of all, I don't really take kindly to someone butting into my personal space. And secondly, he doesn't belong to you. So a straightforward answer would be nice.
But does he belong to you?
He was on my property. He's a person of interest.
Just a second.
Mhm.
we're not doing this right. What's your name, sir?
My name is Elijah.
Elijah. I like that. It's a good name. So, Elijah, my name is Mr. Venari. You already know Blair. So, what do you want with the guy?
To be perfectly honest, it was a way to get Blair's attention. She felt like she wasn't taking me serious enough, so felt like
What
I
do you
had
want with
to.
her?
Oh well, she's got talents that I feel like could be beneficial to my cause.
And what cause might that be?
As I've discussed with Blair on the phone, the way to show the city the truth of the world that we live in. Feel like if people could actually witness what was happening in this city, they deserve to know.
And you're the one who's going to show him that truth, huh?
Indeed.
So Louis slowly pulls out a cigar. Kind of makes a show of looking around for his cutter. Cuts out the tip. Doing this very methodically. Slowly lighting it. Let me tell you something about our friend Blair here. She's a good kid. She is. She's got a lot to learn about things. Sometimes keeps secrets when she shouldn't. Kind of looks pointedly at her. But I gotta tell you, she's also a big pain in the ass. Give her about 10 years, 20 years to do a little growing up. I can see her doing a good job for your organization. But right now, I just don't feel like she's a good fit for you. So, what do we got to do to get our friend back? Because make no mistake, he ain't property. Wasn't yours to take because he's a man. You don't just take people without asking. So, what do we got to do to bring him back? You want money? We can arrange some money. What do you want?
Well, what me and my group would, as I've said before, want would certainly be Blair, but I have the sneaking suspicion that that is not something that is on the table. If you
Well, hold on 1 second. Hey, Blair, you want to go with this guy?
Not a chance.
Sorry, I tried. She's not into it. You know, one thing I could never stomach even when I was back in the job was I never cared much for trafficking in human beings. Used a bad taste in my mouth. I don't mind drugs. I don't mind guns. Love gambling and the ponies. I'll tell you that much. But I don't traffic people. So what's that say about you? Because me, I'm a scumbag gangster. What are you then?
I am something that is more above such silly name calling and things. So do not mistake me. I am not trafficking or doing anything of the sort. Mr. Novak is being held until these negotiations may prove fruitful or for proper study as well.
Study?
Study?
What the? What kind of a cult? I thought you guys were all about having orgies and shit. Come on, what's the point of joining a cult? You're not having any fun here. Let's go, huh? Where's the beads? Where's the what do you call those shoes? Where's the moccasins and the slippers? Should we be wearing robes or something? Are the stars aligned right? Come on, help me out here. I'm just a simple guy. I'm trying to understand what your deal is.
The man kind of lets a bit of a sigh and goes, I'm a bit disappointed in you, Blair. I figure when you call that you would be taking these proceedings more seriously, but It seems that you and your friend wish to make a mockery of things.
Hey, I already asked you what you want for the guy. You refused to answer. So what is it?
Well,
You
I'm the one that apparently is holding as you, to use a reference that you may understand, all the cards. What exactly do you have to offer me?
Well, we just met, but I got some tricks of my own up my sleeve. And maybe, just maybe, I can be persuaded to assist. Help you folks out with this whole truth thing. But right now, we don't even know that you actually got the guy. You know what proof of life is? Have you ever heard that expression? You're watching a movie or TV? Do they have TVs up where you live? Show us some proof that you even got the guy. Or fuck it, I'll just leave. I mean, the way I see it, if you grabbed him to get our attention, that means that you need something from us. So no, you don't have all the cards. You're not even playing with a full deck. So you show us you even got the guy, and then we can start making we can deal. Now, do you want something from my flask? He pulls out his flask.
The man kind of looks at the flask and looks at you and kind of goes, no, I prefer a bit more finer liquid.
Yeah, I
as
kinda
for your
figured.
friend, he kind of pulls out and his phone kind of goes through a bit as he kind of flips the phone over, and you can see a photo of John currently in some sort of room. You can see that he is tied up to a chair. Slightly
what
bruised.
even
Not terribly bruised, but slightly bruised from the altercation at the shed.
what even is this place? What are you doing?
As I said, I had originally took your friend, using that term quite loosely here, that as just a way to get attention, but well, the closer inspection proved he was a unique individual as well.
Well,
So,
that's where you went wrong. He's not my friend.
oh, I know but you and your friend here like to pretend that he is. When we both know he means as much to you as to me, probably even less, to be honest.
As far as I'm concerned, he is a part of our investigation, and you are impeding on that investigation. So now it is my problem.
It.
You didn't actually think that I was going to join you, did you?
I didn't suspect as much, but I'm sure that I'll eventually make you come around.
There is going to be no eventually. Frankly, because we're going to get what we want right now.
So Louis kind of takes a look over at Blair because this is definitely she's showing a lot more spine than she typically has. He actually looks a little impressed when you know the way she's conducting herself. So
And we're not going to take no for an answer. Isn't that right?
oh yeah. No, she's right.
So,
What's it be? What do you want for the guy? What do we gotta do to make sure he's released right now?
You don't. Well, let's see. You don't seem to wish to go willingly. So.
Oh, yeah, I get it now. Sorry, it took me a minute to figure out what was actually going on here. I get it. See, you think you're going to show the world the truth. You got this plan. You ain't got no plan. What are you, about half my age? You've been watching a lot of movies and TV. You think this is how tough guys act. This is how tough guys talk. You got lucky. You walk yourself into some power, and now you don't know what the fuck to do with it. So you grab the first thing that you think might give you any bit of leverage, but you got no follow through. You got no plan. You got no way of forcing her into any of your into your business. You got no clue what to do next.
Well, I have many clues what to do next, but I'm just trying to see how whatever you can offer me will actually fit into my plan. You don't want to give yourself. I have no personal interest in in you either, so I don't see who else you could possibly give that would be an interesting, or more interesting subject, if you will, than.
Hey, Rob, I want to read the situation. I want to see if we're being watched by anybody. I mean, I know Ben's there, but I want to know if we're being watched by anybody else, obviously. This is not my ideal suit, but would it be reading the situation, or would it be something else?
I guess you could. I guess it'd be like an investigate. Just like
Investigate?
look around and see if you can see
Okay,
anybody
yeah.
else around.
It's not my strong suit. Maybe
I
maybe
could
go-
try to. I mean, I could try to do the role. I mean, sneaking and trying to sense people seems like it's up my alley. Unless you want to make the role cinematically.
I never want to make the role because I tend to fail at my roles. But
Remember, you can burn the tags. You can just burn it
Well, that's the
even if you
problem.
have one thing.
I have like one decent tag that might work, and that's a stretch. But I think it'll work. So I'm going to burn eyes in the street to represent the fact that he's just constantly looking around, and he's not the kind of guy to get caught off guard. You buy that one, Rob?
Okay, that sounds
And I'll burn it.
reasonable.
Okay, so I'm burning eyes in the street, and we're doing investigate.
Well, if you burn it, it's automatic.
Oh, okay.
Success.
Oh yeah, it just did that. Wow. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. So I just burned eyes in the street. Are we in fact in danger of being ambushed?
Mm.
Like, did he bring backup? He must have, unless he's a real idiot, or he's just really, really arrogant.
You don't see anybody else around.
Oh, really? Now.
Wait, nobody?
So Louis, after looking around for me and not seeing anybody, takes a long drag of his cigar, and the just as a little special effect here, the red glow from the tobacco turns blue. The first mistake you made was not recognizing who it was from the get-go. You ain't from this city. I'm about to show you what the truth really is. I say we use him for leverage. This is that character.
Yeah. We can like kidnap him,
Yes.
kinda, subdue him. Let's do it.
Yep.
Yes. Kidnapping.
So Louis kind of inhales inhales a cigar and goes, "Hey, do you hear dogs?" As my hellhounds are going to harry Elijah here. Do you want me to go ahead and just start this up, or do you have guessing in mind you want to do first?
I'm wondering if I should. If I'm kind of. I know where this is going. When you start questioning him, I know that you're kind of gearing up to, go on the offensive. So maybe I can try hitting him with a status beforehand, just to
Hey, yeah, knock yourself out.
Yeah, just so that your move, hits him a little bit harder, right?
No, hey, I'm down with it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see that, once Louis pulls out the cigar, I know something's going down, right? So when I see that, I want to I'm gonna try to see if I can hex this guy so I can, slow his reaction time and you know, cloud his alertness. I want to make him, a little bit less alert.
Okay.
I think that would be I need to get the specific role, what it would be. Maybe, would it be hit with all you got, or maybe change the game?
Change the game. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to give him a status. Yeah, so I'm going to use hexes and curses, distort perception, and I wonder if I should just burn this. When I burn it, it's like I use +3, right?
Yeah, it's like instant 10 if they do not got any status to counter it.
I will say he does have an alert 2 status on him.
An alert 2. Okay, so I'm going to burn my hexes and curses just so I can maximize this, I guess, and try to give him a status of a tier 3 status. It would be, right?
Well, it would be a
Well, a tier 1
And-
status after, yeah.
yeah. It'd
Because
be
he has
1. Yeah. So it'd be 1 power over, I believe, because plus
Yeah,
3
so-
minus 2. So
yeah, it would be like -1 or something like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to. Do I have to roll for that, or
It's automatic.
yeah? So
Like
I'm
burn attack.
yeah, I burn it, and yeah, I'll give him less alert 1 since it's like kind of minor.
okay.
Or clouded judgment.
Caught off guard, maybe.
Yeah, caught off guard. That's a good one.
I'll
Kind of
just-
like mess with his senses a bit.
I have my moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that at the same time, by the phrasing of it, should eliminate his alertness, or like at least lower it.
Yeah. So I'm basically
Mhm.
just gonna bump his alert 2 to an alert 1,
Mhm.
just to make it simpler.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take
yeah.
Just so because it's pretty much on the same spectrum, kind of.
Yeah, it grows into caught off guard. It would be probably caught off guard at like maybe 5 or like 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So yeah, he has a -1 status. So you can do you can
Okay.
hit him.
So, I'm going. I take what I want, which I just burned. So I'm not gonna burn this. I'm just gonna. I feel like burning is actually. I burn too much. And I tend not to get anywhere because of it. So I take what I want, which in this case will be him. Necromancy, because that's what's a fun one, and my puppies are showing the ghosts and demons. And yeah, here we go. This will be -1. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, I said -1 since and it would be a go toe to toe.
Okay. Oh, let's go to okay. It's -1.
Wait,
Wait.
hold on.
Well, no, you're not -1.
Oh, I'm not.
Unless-
Okay, my fault.
He
Okay.
has the
It's-
-1.
It's on the same spectrum, and burning attack, it's power of 3.
Okay, no
And
problem.
he had alert of 2, so therefore he has -1. That gives you +1 to the roll.
Okay, I misunderstood. So going toe to toe. Here we go.
14. Holy shit. That is the hit, I would assume. I mean,
They've got and dynamite upgraded onto this type of move or not?
Well, I
from
don't have
Dynamite.
the option of dynamite yet. It took me too long to figure out how to advance in this game, and which is unfortunate. Next time I actually play a game like this, I'll have to. I'll have a better sense of how this thing works. So bottom line, like narratively, Louis doesn't even hit him unless he actually tries to actually move. But basically, he's now surrounded by the dogs, and my chains are wrapped around him. And basically, we've got him. And the first time he actually tries to move to fight back, Louis hits him with the fucking brass knuckles. Not for any mechanical effect, just to prove a point. Just for a narrative thing. Just to prove a point that no, you're ours now.
So
and I take a stone.
So what 2 choices are you doing?
Well, I definitely I achieved my goal. Basically, I take him hostage now. I have him. He's ours. And I'm going to inflict the yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and inflict the tier in power and for status. I guess is that how that reads? So the first 2 choices.
Okay. So as the dogs and chains lash around, you see kind of as they kind of surround him and kind of lash out. You see a brief flash of like strange sigils and images kind of appear around them that kind of deflect some of the chains a bit. So he, instead of it being a tier 3 status, it's only a tier 1 status.
Okay.
He reduces it by 2. As since you didn't choose the last one, he kind of looks back and you see him kind of wave a hand towards both of you guys, and you suddenly see this sharp pain inside both of your mind as you kind of start to get flooded with these weird, horrific, bizarre images that kind of continuously flooding your mind over and over. You guys, which you can face danger against, will take a Madness 3 effect.
Face danger?
Correct. If you have some way to face danger against a mental-based effect.
Good question. Well,
Uh-oh.
well, I've got something for that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Let's see. Toughest man in the room. I'm not just going to back down from that. Let's see. I think dangerous would fit here. I don't think I've got anything else though. Basically, it's just sheer sort of stubbornness and force of will. And I don't actually have a tag for that. But again, something to think about for next time I actually play this game. And yeah, so I got 2 strength 2 right now, and that's you said face danger.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, see how this goes. Oh dear.
As a miss. So the images start to kind of fill your head as it's less like over. It almost starts to literally start to almost drive you insane with the constant weirdness and images. So you have a Madness 3 effect on you, or Madness 3 status.
If we ever
So I have to
agree-
roll for that too, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Both of you are affected by it.
If we ever agreed on like some sort of signal in case things go south.
Well, so I'm curious though what the timing here is about, because I mean, technically speaking, I did succeed in capturing him.
Correct, but go to since you did not choose the last one, I get to do a move back.
No, I get that, but is he still captured, or does he now get free?
No, he still gets captured.
Okay.
Okay, so
You
he's
still do what you do, but since you didn't kind of like block it, they get to.
No, okay, I get that part. I just want to make sure that wasn't negated by that. That's
Can
cool.
I face danger too?
Correct, you can face danger separately from me. Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'll it's +3, right? So I'm actually going to burn occult rituals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 10. So in other words, it's like a pseudo +3.
Mhm.
Does that mean I negate the status since it's a -3? And
No, if you're facing danger, you haven't got the status applied to you yet.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I kind of like, for a second, like I see the images start affecting me, but I kind of push those. I like. I'm sort of like a master of my own mind, kind of. I figured out ways to block off any sort of intruding malevolent force. So I kind of block that out. And I'm like, fine. I'm for a second I was affected, but I'm like, I shake it off, and I look over at Louis, and I'm just like, Louis, are you okay? What's
So yeah, I have a question about that. So the madness would you personalize for our characters naturally, right?
What do you mean personalized for your character?
Well, because I
like
mean,
the
madness
visions?
itself is a fairly generic term. Like when we say madness, how are we describing? Like what effects that can actually have on him?
Yeah.
Essentially, so anything that would require you to in this case, anything that would require you to generally focus on anything is going to be impeded by this effect, because it's just constantly like
So basically, I'm kind of like fighting to stay focused on anything. Is what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of, so the slightly concept I kind of got, the kind of idea of, is almost similar to the, not kind of like Lovecraftian, but not Lovecraftian in the
Well, I'm
sense,
definitely getting a Lovecraftian vibe here.
in the sense of like, just the images are just so bizarre, so intense, that your sanity is just kind of, you're losing your sanity from them, kind of deal.
But I can still control my actions right now, right?
Yes, you can control your actions. Yes. So
All
basically, the way statuses normally work is, it up until about, I think 5 is when you kind of, I think, get like close to about.
5 is when you like quote unquote are out of the game because like
You're basically incapacitated 5.
Yeah, 5 is incapacitated. 6 is when you kind of like out.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so Louis is just barely holding on to it, but I kind of figure not being the most emotionally stable guy in the first place, he's going to like he's outwardly just trembling with rage. Like that's how he looks on the outside. The inside, of course, is a lot more complex. But since we now have this guy basically trapped, Louis is like, "Come on, you come with me, Buttercup." Grabs him by the throat, and we're gonna start. I signal to Ben to bring him back to the car.
Yeah, like once I shake off the madness, I'm gonna like just shout like, Ben, get over here.
Yeah, Ben starts driving the car, and like when he sees the scene, he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be one of those days." So he gets to the scene, opens the.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he gets there and he like opens the side door, like the sliding one, and he's like, "Oh, that one's smooth."
I don't think it's finished yet. So what is his what is his demeanor, right? I mean, like, so he has these chains wrapped around him.
Freezing chains wrapped around him, and the dogs are growling at him. In a not nice way, not in a friendly puppy, playing way.
Okay. So do we have like control to like you have control to drag him, right? You can control these chains. I'm assuming like we don't have to go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, cool.
Kind of like a Hellraiser kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, he's subdued.
Do we get a cell phone?
I will. Go ahead,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so like the chains are just training him a bit. Like, so obviously, because it's only a tier 1 status, really, that's represented by it. So the chains are kind of restraining him a bit. It's not like he's totally immobilized in that sense.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. You can continue. I'll be right back.
But the chains all kind of wrapped around him a bit.
Well, are we able to bring him with us? Is the question. Otherwise, this whole thing seems kind of like a huge waste. Because that's interesting. So yeah, I'm a novice to the game, even after all these months. It seems awfully hard to really do anybody in this game.
I mean, I guess if your objective was to, Yeah, I guess because your objective was to, I guess, hold the guy. Yeah, so we'll say since that was what your objective was,
Right.
then okay, yeah.
Like the status is like mechanically, but you stated yourself that the end goal is like to restrain him when you rolled for hit with all you got, right?
Correct. The goal was
Yeah.
right. So the goal really here is to trade him for Novak.
Yeah, and at that time it was like to restrain him, like to get him to the state that you
Correct.
trade him, which and thanks to the fact that it was a 14, if you roll 10 and 10 or higher, then it's an automatic like success. You succeed in what you want to do. So yes, you got him restrained. Yes, you can manipulate with him, but mechanically speaking, the restraints are not that strong.
It's probably more like, I guess we can probably argue it's more like a psychological effect.
Yeah.
Like he's not physically restrained as much as he might think he is, but he's concerned that he wasn't expecting maybe this old guy to have as much power as he did.
So on that note, even though you're all restrained, he's not that actually generally phased by it. Like you can see he's definitely not pleased with the situation, but his demeanor has only slightly waned in the situation. He's definitely not like freaking out or anything over it.
Yeah, it's a common thing around here, I guess. No one ever seems. It's basically a state of unflappable people. We can never seem to actually scare anybody, but fuck it. I just
not until we hit a 5.
Sorry?
Not until we hit a 5.
Not until we hit a 5, right?
If we can bump that up, maybe he'll start to panic a bit.
Yeah. So is that what the game kind of expects? Is that you can keep on kind of sort of like applying pressure? Keep on making.
Yeah, I think that's the way to put it. Like you kind of want to apply pressure in a particular way until you reach a 5 status, and then you kind of achieve your goal.
I think
you don't need to like reach the 5. Like the NPCs got like different gaps that if you want to approach them in a certain way. But usually it's around 3, the other times around 2, but like every one of them is like different, but like you can achieve the objective without applying statuses. Statuses are like more the mechanical way how to do it.
Yeah, so we can assume that since he has like a negative tier status of 2 or 3, because
what he said, we only have stats 1.
Because didn't I give him lower alertness? So when you attacked him, does that add on to my negative one, or
I was super status?
No.
Okay, because it's a different situation. Yeah. Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway. So yeah. So can I at least get his cell phone away from him?
Sure, you can get his cell phone.
Okay. I'm going to start going through his contacts. Blair was nice enough to teach Louis how to use the menu on these things. So
he's learning. He learned how to. This is great. Yeah. This is a moment.
I mean, I think Louis still is able to grow as a person. If that means learning how to use a cell phone, so be it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, while that is going on, like Ben looks to the guy that's the restraint. He's like, "Jesus, what the fuck did you do to him to piss him off so much?"
Hey, just keep your gun on him. If he makes a move, shoot his fucking face off.
Okay.
And then I say nobody in particular. I wasn't talking to you. And then I go back to looking at the phone. Where the fuck did these spiders come from? Ben, you gotta get some goddamn repellent in here.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
What repellent coming up? And like Benny like shoots to look to the guy and to the Blair like, I did not sign up to be your fucking. I kind of muttered to it.
So I'm guessing, Rob, there's no like heading under the context for bad guy's lair with the address and phone number.
That would be convenient.
No, there's also
yeah.
It also will be password locked as well.
God damn it! You son of a mother.
But boss, calm down. Take a deep breath.
I'm breathing fine.
I'm not saying that, but like when
you're breathing weird. Sorry, not trying to cut you off.
But like we all know like when you get too much into into the job, you tend to get a bit too much effective for the standards of our employers. So, that's all I'm saying.
And all I'm saying is I'm tired of this John Philip Sousa music in my goddamn head. Who's playing the tuba? Here. Call your people, let Novak go, or you're not going back.
So how does Isaiah respond to that?
Elijah.
Elijah.
How does Elijah respond to that?
Elijah, that's his name. I'm trying to figure out.
He looks, you guys, and if I don't release Novak?
I've got his boss. And Ben takes the gun and shoots next to his leg. Like, next one is coming to your knee, and we're gonna keep on going until we hit something fatal.
Would you have to roll for that? Or do you just get a free shot on his leg? That would be great.
No, I'm shooting next to it. I'm not rolling.
Oh, next to his leg. Gotcha.
No, I'll say it's a convince tag. A convince roll, sorry, as well. Whoever wants to quote unquote roll it, I guess, because you're all kind of. But I guess it seems to be Ben might be doing it with the gun shooting.
Yeah, it's definitely Ben.
Yeah, so stash pistol, and since I've had the training from the firefights, could I bump that up to 2 or not? Because I don't have any status from it or anything like that.
That's like bump up to 2. I say it's because you just gave it attention.
Yeah, I've said only. Yeah. So only the stash pistol.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so get away illustrates. Let's see what else. Manifest. Okay, well, hold on. Would this be a morally gray situation?
I think it's safe to assume that everything we do is morally gray.
And we've got that one burned or not yet?
I don't think we have yet. Hold on.
It's burnt on my theme.
It's not on mine.
Yeah, neither on mine. So that's why
it's possible that it may have been recovered from last time, or.
And I just forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so morally gray, and part of me wants to use street smart, the street acting because of it, the gangs and like that. But well, street smart, no, that's a bit of a stretch with the street smart. So only +2 to it.
So +2 on the convince roll.
Here we go. Convince, right?
Convince, yes.
Yes, sir.
Convince, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
8.
8. Okay, nice.
Well, it's a success. That's
yeah.
We're halfway there.
We take those.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, they give in little, but they protect their own agenda.
Okay. Sorry, Eliza looks and goes. Maybe. Well, if you hand me over the phone, I'll have Mr. Novak returned to you and your group.
Okay. Boss, do you mind giving me the phone? Or are you?
I'll deliver the phone to him.
No. Don't deliver it. My colleague over here, he's gonna type in the number. Well, no disrespect, but certain trust between us, and maybe given how the things played out here, I
Oh,
hope
I
I hope
ca-
you understand. Well,
I kind of go like, "Ugh, are you serious?
Wait, are you trusting Louis to type it in?
like serious to Ben, like, or what? Look, all I'm saying, like, Mr. Elijah, with no disrespect to you, given the suit, but we do not know if we're gonna go call exactly, or what you're gonna tell them.
Oh,
And
gotcha. Okay, I understand.
there's a maniac right that's employing me, and I've got a gun, and she can fuck up with your brain. So give her the number that she's supposed to call, and she'll put the. I'll tell you what, she'll put the phone on a loudspeaker, so we all can hear the conversation. So there won't be no double crosses. Sounds good. And Ben kind of like cocks the gun again, aims at the knee.
You're kind of at gunpoint there, buddy. Doesn't look like you have much of a choice here.
He kind of looks and goes, very well, and he'll proceed to tell you a number to call.
And then I dial it and put it on speaker. And I sort of hold it out.
As the voice kind of answers on the other end, and Elijah goes, "Yeah, this is Elijah. Seems I've had the discussion with our friends, and they wish to have Mr. Nowak back. So if we can release him back to their custody." And he kind of looks a bit towards you guys and goes, "Shall I return him to the shed? To the bowling alley? Where do you wish him to come back?"
How do you know about the bowling alley? Nobody said anything about the fucking bowling alley here.
I want waffles. We'll go to the diner.
Sounds like we're taking him to the diner.
You want me to
Actually,
bring
wait,
him
no.
to the diner?
Do you want? I don't think. I turned to Ben and I'm like, I don't think we should listen to Louis right now. I think the shed might be the safest place.
Shh. Hold on. What's that? Oh, the shed. The shed's a good idea. We can get waffles at the shed.
Isn't the shed compromised? I already know about him being there in the first place.
These guys seem like they know most things.
Okay,
it seems like right now, like they're willing to comply. Maybe they're like backing down. So
where did you find? In the industrial zone, we found him at the first place, right?
Yeah, they did break in and they did find him there, but I mean, if
they found him at your shed, but
yes,
we found him in the industrial zone, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. We can deliver him back there. Yeah. That's a good point. Just right at his place. Yes.
Is anyone else really hot? I'm really hot. Louis,
Louis, it's okay. It's fine. You're all right. You're just having a little trip right now.
Yeah. So
I haven't been taking a trip in years.
Mr. Elijah.
This has been released.
Mr. Elijah. Industrial zone. There's on all car factory. I'm sure your people cannot miss it. Oh, we're gonna hand you over there to them, and you're gonna hand Elijah to us, given the current situation. Sounds good?
Sure. He kind of
good
motions to kind of either you tell Elijah, he tells the people on the phone, or you just kind of tell yourself the exact location of the factory.
Yeah, but and Ben just takes the phone and he's like, "All right, buttercups, industrial zone, old car factory, and Mr. Nowak over there. Otherwise, your boss over here gets his nuts cut off and sent in the mail. Are we clear or not?"
Elijah just goes, "It's fine. Let's listen to the folks. They are enjoying themselves."
Ben hangs up the phone. And Blair, did you write down the number?
Got it all down.
Good.
And instead of giving him back his phone, I kind of just throw it down and smash it.
Oh, that was a nice phone.
Yeah, it was a nice phone. Now, Mr. Elijah, would you kindly tell me what did you do to me, boss, during my absence?
No, I've just nothing. I mean, what's wrong with his mental state is far beyond anything I could possibly do to it.
And I'll tell you what, I don't really appreciate you guys interfering with what's going on in my business, huh?
Boss, with all due respect, you've hired me to help you with your goals, and that means keeping you safe to some extent.
Ben, did I ever tell you that I look at you like your family?
Oh,
I always thought that one day you would take over my business. Did I ever tell you that?
no, you never have.
Blair, did I ever tell you that I think of you as my family?
Oh God.
I once thought you might take over my business. Did I ever tell you that?
I roll my eyes and I turn to Elijah and I'm just like, listen, okay? You stay away from me. You stay out of our business and don't try to contact me.
You know what?
All
I
right.
think we all should get a drink. Anyone, come on, I got some scotch here. Elijah, you drinking? Come on, you guys are drinking. Come on, this is some good stuff.
And if you contact and I kind of just like I kind of just listen to him and I'm just like, if you try to contact me again, it's not going to be as nice as this time. All right.
I think next time we get some coffee, we'll just talk like civilized folk. You know, we really need this.
Yeah, boss. We're gonna get coffee. You can get a nice Irish coffee. Okay.
He looks and he goes, I feel what you're talking about. I think this is quite a splendid evening that we are having here. I mean, I'm quite impressed with you, Blair. You exactly what I thought you were.
And I tell you what, guy, this girl right here, she's a smart cookie. You really should think about recruiting her sometime. I think she might be really good for your organization. Not right now though, because we got our own thing going. But you know, maybe in the future.
Blair, would you kindly help our employer to the van?
I'm gonna
Wow.
take. I think at this point, I'm just gonna walk Louis back
Yeah.
to the van.
I
I'm
got
just-
my bills. Like my heart's doing this whole thing.
I'm gonna turn back and tell Elijah, and I'm like, well, if you're having such a fun evening, I guess you can keep on enjoying it here by yourself because I'm leaving. And I sort of take
Wait, don't you need
Louis
him?
back. Are we taking him?
Oh yeah, we're taking him to the handout
We're doing
for.
exchange.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, no, let's take him. Sorry, then rewind, walk all that back.
Rewind that back.
That was not in
Um,
character. What you're saying?
Yeah, that's not in
Rewind that
character.
back.
So, I'm gonna go like, well, if it seems like you're enjoying your evening, then how about you just come with us then? And actually, he seems very comfortable. So, I'm wondering if I can see what he has up his sleeve because he seems very comfortable in the sense that he's not really afraid. And Ben, I'm guessing we're gonna try to get him in the car, right?
Oh yeah, well certainly we will. Like Ben
I mean,
grab.
he seems compliant enough where you'd be wanting to go with this, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just
Oh.
like, hey, why don't you just come with us then? And I guess we motion to like
Yeah.
walk up to him to like escort him to the car.
Yeah, like,
Not escort him, but like, roughly like grab him since this
Yeah.
guy is like clearly like we're not being nice with this guy.
okay.
He will only follow you into the car and get put into the car. and you
Blair?
guys. Okay, go.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you
Yeah,
can go.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say unless you guys are doing anything else, I'm assuming it sounds like you guys are just gonna drive to the
We're
shed.
Yeah,
going to.
my little cabin.
Not. Wait, I thought we were gonna drive him to the industrial zone for the.
Oh yeah,
exchange.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, you're
industrial
right.
zone,
You're
sorry.
right. You're right.
Oh,
My
my
bad. My
bad.
bad. I completely forgot.
No.
Yeah, the
but
industrial zone.
Ben was like, Blair, you've got experience with security, right? In general,
Yes.
could you search or guess if he has any tracking device on himself?
Sorry. What do you want me to look into again?
If he has any trackers on himself. It's like the whole situation, like he was here by himself. He's in control, basically in control, although he's not in control. Like,
Okay, so I would have to look. That's an investigate roll, right?
Yeah.
Damn. This. I feel like my possessions don't really help me here. Okay, how about this? Can I say that because of recording gear, I know what it would look like, right? Because I have them, I would know what they look like, so I know what I'm looking for. That's kind of a stretch, but like,
you've got like experience with them, like.
yeah. But that would be more so my routine. I'm pretty sure. Because again, my
Sure. Yeah. I'll allow it.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So then I could use recording gear? Or like which one of these like tags would work? Like compact in size, like I know what I'm looking for is small.
Maybe
Or like
maybe compact in size might work because you know it look like small things.
yeah, and like maybe inconspicuous, like I know like the hiding places on the body.
I would say one or the other because they're both kind of going after the same thing in a way, but
yeah, true. Okay, so I'm gonna use compact in size. I'm also going to use watch each other's backs from our crew theme.
Mhm.
Just because, you know.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Investigate, please. Okay, it's an 8.
Cool.
So I get two questions. I guess since we're looking for trackers, are there people tracking us? Are there people following us right now?
then there's nobody following you now.
Okay. No one's following us. What would my second question be?
You are going for the tracking devices on him?
Yeah, we're going for tracking devices. I'm assuming that the fact that no one is tracking us. Oh, wait, I didn't ask if he's wearing any.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is he wearing any tracking devices? Is my second question.
He is not wearing any tracking devices on him now.
Okay, perfect. So he's not wearing any tracking devices, and nobody is following us. So we're kind of clear. And I kind of notion to Ben, I'm just like, doesn't seem like he's has any backup. I'm just like, either you're extremely confident or extremely stupid. One of the two.
Well, I'd say it's the first one, to be honest. And Ben kind of like motions towards Louis as he gets the car prepped for the drive towards the industrial zone.
So with that, unless you do anything else, as the guy kind of just quietly sits in the ride, you guys eventually make your way to the industrial zone where you had arranged a meeting. Actually, probably good closer to 30 minutes to an hour. Probably it's a bit far away from where you were currently in the city, but eventually you make it there, and as you pull up to the factory. Again, the factory. I'm trying to think who has actually. So I think Blair was there. I think Ben was Ben there. I think Ben was there. Yeah.
Ben was there also.
Yeah, he was.
Only Louis wasn't.
Louis has not been there yet. That's fair. So you get to this old car factory, and you guys see it as. I guess I'll pause for a moment in case you guys want to do anything as you kind of get out of the car, or if you guys just get out of the car and walking in. I guess that's on you guys.
Ben kind of circles the block and tries to look for suspicious cars on or for any people that are dressed in similar way to Mr. Elijah.
Okay.
And I kind of notion do you see anyone, Ben?
Yeah, should I roll for that investigate, or is that just narratively set?
I would say just narratively, you don't see anybody around, set up watching or anything like that.
Seems like we're getting clear. That means they're inside and most likely either bumped into the traps or managed to avoid them. Good for them. Come on, Mr. Elijah. Let's get this settled before it's too late.
So as he kind of gets out of the car with you, and you guys walk into the factory, you can see the various devices that John had kind of set up his own little security system as a way for him to kind of know when someone may be in here. The machines are off, so there's no grinding noise currently echoing throughout the place. This kind of has a hollow sound as each footstep kind of echoes throughout the area. You see on one of the metal poles, not poles, one of the metal beams that kind of support the factory structure is John, who is kind of tied to the post as you do not see anybody else besides John kind of here.
Okay.
It seems like I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's kind of like a dramatic sort of thing where there's no lights, but he's kind of tied up to one beam, and there's no light. We can't really see much of anything since it's like a dark warehouse. I'm assuming, right? It's like a car manufacturer warehouse.
Yeah, so it's dark. Mm-hmm. There's some light coming from the moonlight kind of coming through
the windows ish. Yeah. Okay. So out of earshot from Elijah, I kind of ask Louis and I don't know. I don't know if Louis is saying enough right now, but I posed the question. I'm just so how do we do this? I mean,
well, if they're smart enough, they won't try for any kind of trap.
Oh, sorry to ruin this. While they're debating it, they just hear a door open and close, and Louis just kind of walking out, leaving the car to walk over to the guy who's tied up.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess he's just going for it. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna try to do it Louis' way. That means peacefully at first. If it doesn't work, we try to cut our losses.
Cut your losses. Well, we're down one dead mob boss. What next? There have been worse ways for me to leave a campaign.
I didn't mean it like in this way, like cut our losses.
No, it's fine.
Like the situation, like I don't plan to off Louis, but I've been like more like dealing with the cult, like cut our losses like this way, because they've been bit of a.
I get it, man.
So I guess we walk up and we bring Elijah, like we're kind of dragging him along too.
Yeah,
we do want to bring him to the trade-off, right? We're assuming this is going to be a trade. So, and Louis, I guess you're kind of spearheading this. Do you want to like check and see that he's alive and like?
Louis walks right up to the guy who's tied up. Hey, hi,
John.
All right, you good? Does he appear to respond?
He responds. I mean, he looks up at you and kind of looks at you, and not knowing who you are, kind of tilts his head a bit. He recognizes at least. Well, no, I guess is Blair visible or no?
Yeah, I'm visible. I kind of walk up with Louis too. So if I walk up, I'm pretty sure he'll recognize me.
Okay, so he looks at Blair and then kind of back at Louis, be confused in the whole situation. The guy doesn't respond to Louis.
Louis, he's hard of hearing impaired.
So I can't hear what you're saying. What'd you say?
This would be amazing if this is like an in-character joke. Like he's hearing impaired, Louis.
That is. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't hear too good in that ear.
So I take a.
How's he tied up, Rob? Is it chains, rope? What are we looking at?
Rope.
Rope. Okay, so Louis pulls out a knife and begins to cut the rope. He's not totally out of his mind yet, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So as you cut the ropes, Elijah watching goes. As you can see, I've lived up to my end of the deal. I've given you back your friend, and without any confrontation of the sort.
Yeah, that's really generous of you, but would you kindly, if your people are still around, would you kindly tell them to come out? I want to make sure you go to them in safe hands, and I want to also make sure that nobody follows us. I don't like being followed. So, if you believe that they are still around, would you kindly please call them out of those fucking shadows to come out? I'd appreciate that.
Hey, Ben, I appreciate your zest, but you gotta learn to watch the vulgarity. You know that not everybody here appreciates that kind of language.
Is it safe to assume that no one is here? Since me checking for the tracking devices, can we be at ease?
Possibly.
Okay. That's a good question. Like, we didn't see anybody outside. We only know that he's in there. But somebody had to get him there, like. You know.
Yeah. So unless they just dropped him off there and then like left.
Yeah, I don't think like just dropping him off like it's a smart move. Like that's the in-character reason for this kind of thing.
We're assuming that. Yeah, we're assuming that because it's a trade that his people are still here. Yeah. That's okay.
Eliza goes, am I my associates just dropped off your friend. That I didn't want to give any sort of illusion of deceptions or trickery involved with the situation.
Right. Well, next time we gonna do a deal together, or if you're gonna next time encounter each other, you obviously know how we look like, how we call each other, but we only know your ugly mug. We do not know about your associates. So I would appreciate next time if someone else stick around. Go on, bugger off. You go to what we came for.
And I kind of, as you say that, he goes, "Well, I'm glad to hear that." And you see he kind of like waves his hands in a way, and the spectral chains that will kind of tie him up kind of just like shadow around him as he kind of frees himself from the status. And goes, "Well, this has been an enlightening evening. I must say it was quite a pleasant thing to meet you all face to face finally."
The last time, because you're gonna stay the hell away from me.
Perhaps,
Blair,
but we'll see.
Blair, let's not make any threats we cannot deliver upon. Or in general, we've got what we came for. Let's get out of here and leave Mr. Elijah to his weird truth-seeking cult.
And I kind of just give him like a dirty look, like a glare, and then I kind of, I guess, leave him to leave if that's what he's doing.
You know, like before he leaves, Benny's like, "Aren't you afraid that if the truth gets out, the chaos will spread on the streets? People are not used to the weirdness of the underworld, quote unquote."
Well, that is part of the purpose, is to allow people to see the chaos of the city, and then we can, as this to use another reference, see how the chips fall and see what happens. I think it would be a interesting sight to behold.
I see. Well, take care, Mr. Elijah, and I hope I won't have to ever see your ugly mug ever again. Bye. Ben kind of like walks towards the car after that.
And with that, Elijah kind of walks off down the street a bit until he eventually kind of gets out of view, and you are in the abandoned factory with John and his Louis did cut him free, so he is free of his restraints.
So I walk up to Nowak and I take out the notepad that I guess we communicate on for the time being, because there's no other plausible way of communication. So I kind of write down, I'm just like, "Are you hurt?"
He kind of writes on the thing. Slightly beat up, but can recover.
And I go like, That's good. Okay. Well, I guess we want to ask where they took him, but like we kind of want to leave this area. I guess now we're trying to take Novak to a secure spot. Or Nowak.
Yeah, the spot that hasn't been compromised yet.
I guess this is, I mean, it has been. They know that, where this is.
Yeah,
They know where
it.
everywhere is, so, I mean,
They
seems
know.
like
They seem to know about the bowling alley, about the house, and about this place.
everywhere we go, like where we frequent, they know. It seems
But like, only place they haven't mentioned during our small interrogation is the garage and the apartment of Jack. So, but they may also know about it. But
true. I guess we can go to the garage.
okay.
Yeah, I what do I tell Novak? I'm just like, okay, these guys, these are my colleagues, for lack of a better term. It's safe. You're safe with us, but I'm gonna need you to come with us. And I slide him or hand him the notepad. Oh, I also put on like this spot is probably compromised, so just to make sure that we're in a secure location. It's like I know you've been through a lot, but trust me.
He looks at you and kind of writes, okay, we'll follow to safe place.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's willing to come with if we're
Correct.
going to the garage.
Correct, yes. So you take him to the garage? Unless you guys are doing anything else here at the...
Do we want to do anything else here? Louis, you want to check around for anything?
Remind me again how long it's going to take for him to recover from all this status.
I think after
you actually you need to spend time to actually deal with it.
Right, but is it like is it like multiple downtimes? Is it like one downtime per each status level, or is it just?
Hold on.
I think when you use your montage moment for a downtime, I think it clears all the status points you have. So like when you recover your power tags, I think it takes away the statuses you have too.
Yeah, it states in the regular familiarities activity. Where is it there? It can be removed during downtime. The MC can also rule that you potentially recover from the status, or the whole thing, or allow you to reduce it by 1 tier for each relevant tag that you have to this status. So you can. It's up to Rob. Like if you would recover the whole thing, or like it would take a few more downtimes for it.
Well, the -3 stats is going to be pretty damn pain. Like, yeah, it's going to be pretty damn debilitating for anything Louis tries doing for the time being. So, Louis is probably just having a hard time concentrating right now, and probably has a really big headache, and is most likely compensating by drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So when Blair turns around to ask Louis if there's anything else he thinks they should be doing, Louis is currently just sort of taking one really long pull on his flask.
And okay, seems like we're all done here. Then I think we're going back to the garage.
Sounds like a good idea. Remind me to open up a bottle of beer for him.
More like a glass of water.
You don't want to give him water in this state. And points to Louis.
Well, I thought that went really well. Proud of you guys, both of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. And I kind of walk to the car.
Hey, you know what? You can be negative if you want, but I want you to think about this, Blair. how much have we really accomplished in the past few weeks? This was a win. We actually got something back. We actually got him back. We actually won something. I'm toast. Salute, huh?
Yeah, definitely was. 100%.
Maybe this was a win for you guys until I'm back on the suspect list.
Hey, as long as you won't do anything stupid like hiding a witness from the rest of the crew, then you won't be on the suspect list or anything that would affect the safety of our operation. Don't be yourself already. In the past, Louis also put Adam to dig into me as well. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Take it from the bright side. Thanks to that little dig that I did behind you. You're back, you got your friend back, you can chat, you can get to know the truth a bit more. It's a win-win.
Well, very true points. Very
Blair's
true
kind of
points.
salty.
Yeah.
No, it's so.
But yeah, I guess we go to the garage now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. When you go to the garage to with John, it's just a safer place to kind of converse as you guys are not alone with him.
Yeah, I guess this is your garage, Ben, so I don't know where if you would have like water or like
Yeah. Ben like has a little like a sink with with a tap on it, and like there are few houses with it, but it's like not like in the most households where they have like multiple ones. He has like
yeah.
small number like for few people that would like come by.
It would be Ben's living space. If you
Yeah.
could imagine what Ben's living space looks like, that's what it
That's
looks
what
like.
it looks like.
Ben's living space is like basically the whole place is a garage with few areas that are like the kitchen area or
Yeah, like
the mat on the floor with a radio next to it. And like
it's
so
a
like,
pseudo living. It's a pseudo living space.
yeah, like to be more the most efficient at his work. Like kind of like that setup, similar to what Novak had at the car factory.
Mm-hmm. So I notion to him to like take a seat that's in the spot that looks the most seat like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess I toss him like a bottle of water or something.
Mhm.
And we sit him down, and I guess we're gonna try to get some information here, because this is the first time that we have a solid lead who's willing to talk to us. So I sit him down, and I'm kind of like, okay, again, I know you've been through a lot. I write all this down, by the way. I know you've been through a lot, but these are the people that are investigating Martha. And we're investigating the situation with Martha. Now, could you explain to them what you told me?
Okay.
It's like they're trustworthy.
He he writes down on the notepad similar to kind of he pretty much after it takes a while and he
A
draws
summary. Yeah.
that's a summary, but he draws another picture of Martha with the word murderer above it. And then on like the next page, he kind of flips over and kind of says, I must warn her making mistake.
Must warn her?
Okay, well, her voice kills people. She's making a mistake. We must warn her about it. Her whole career is surrounded by singing. We know that her singing, killing people, has kicked off after her being medicated at that crazy psychology place, whatever you want to call it.
And didn't they actually encourage her to
Yeah,
keep on singing?
yeah, they encourage her in a way that it helps people. So, okay, she did that. She does this basically. It's her passion. She does it for a living. There's no way that like we could like talk some sense to her without evidence or call off the whole thing. Because let's face it, it's her biggest performance since the comeback.
So I'm gonna, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So we need to know exactly how did they screw with her and
Yeah, because he said, need to warn her. She's making a mistake. So I'm gonna ask, it's like, what do you mean she's making a mistake? Like, do you know anything about the mending the broken? And I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about the therapy sessions and why she's making a mistake. Like, what does he mean by that?
He kind of looks at the words and kind of shakes his head, not really understanding, but then kind of writes underneath it, "Will destroy herself."
Okay, so he doesn't know anything about the mending the broken, but he is seems like he's trying to help her.
okay, how many people you usually they get killed during their performances? One or two, something like that.
There's been 2 so far.
Two so far in different performances, right?
A singular person, yes.
Yeah. Usually it's a singular person, and he's telling us that she's gonna destroy herself. Louis, when she sang at the bar, you've seen bit of, was there anything that you were thinking of, anything that she could perhaps trace to you or something like that?
What?
It seems like what's happening right now is that we have a case of Martha who is willing to listen to her therapist in well, maybe even the therapist is a third party in this, right? But Martha herself is kind of like hoping that this is the revival of her music career, right? And even though this is my deduction, even though she I don't think she knows what she's doing. Like she obviously doesn't believe that this is like a supernatural occurrence, but it doesn't seem like she is willing to let this go. And Novak has information that if she does continue down this path, she will like get lost in this, right? I don't know if it was mentioned before, but I think she says, even Sammy says that she loses herself in, the music. Like, she can like pour her emotions into the music and sort of forget about her troubles, right?
Ask him if he knows if there's a way to get her to stop without hurting her.
Yeah, so I'll ask that. I mean, you could ask. I hand you the notepad. You guys can communicate with him.
Oh, okay. Louis, not being the most couth individual, goes, "Do you know how to stop her without hurting her?" Question mark. And he actually says that out loud while he's writing.
Yeah.
He's that asshole.
He can.
Like, then he just picks a beer from the fridge and he's like, "Here, boss, drink up."
He kind of looks at Louis and goes and kind of pause a moment where he kind of writes on the notepad, "Heal her pain."
Sorry, did he just say heal her pain?
Correct.
Yeah, Payne. Okay, so she has gotten a wrong type of age. Pause. Sorry. You were that night. You were muttering about your wife, right? In when you were all, you know what I mean.
Wait,
It-
what?
At the performance when I bumped into you and Blair and Jackie, you know, like when you were a bit teary-eyed. Because I'm sorry to say it that way. You know what I mean.
So the night that we went to the washboard to hear her
Yeah.
sing for that first time, he's asking if you were muttering something about, your wife, or like what were you feeling in that instance?
Hey, I wasn't feeling nothing. All right? I was fine. I was drinking maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
I might have had to react to something. But since you mention it, I had sort of some feelings about things. Had some thoughts I didn't like being there. So I had a few.
Okay.
It's good for me. Keeps me
Okay.
sharp.
I'm not saying that, but like we need to find what attracts her to those killings, or like to certain types of to the guests like ending up dead. And Mr. Novak over here says she's gonna destroy herself, so we need to identify how she identifies her prey. You know what I'm saying? So
Maybe it's people who have like residual feelings. Maybe it's someone who's like holding on to. Maybe it's people that's holding on to something, deep down. She brings that out.
yeah, Sammy said she loses herself in the music, right? Well, okay, this is gonna sound strange, but like he said himself that she loses herself in the blues, in the sound, and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've meant, and you back at the night you were muttering something about your ex boss, right? I know that much. So what if she identified, as you say, like by some sort of sad feeling, or by sorrow, by similar thing that she holds in herself, and she's going to be playing for the biggest crowd she ever played to come back. This occurrence of people dying at her performances, like it happened, right? What if? Hmm, what if Mister give it a number, and Benny like writes his theory down to know, like he's like we know that we know from her balls that she loses herself in the music, in the sadness, and like he mentions like the Louis and I think stuff like that. And, like, what if during her performance she will be overwhelmed by the emotions? Would that be the trigger to destroying herself? Like, hands it to her. Hands it to him.
Yeah, that one more time, just I understand.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly from that one session, like Louis muttered something about like his ex-wife, and he was all down and teary-eyed, right? And Sammy mentioned that she loses herself in the music, and she's playing sad jazz, correct?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, what if she's like, I don't want to say like self-projecting, but like her music brings up those feelings that she feels in her inside of herself, and that is like the trigger for the killings. Like it overwhelms the people to the point of the death. So, and she's gonna be playing at the biggest stage she ever played, with the biggest amplifiers and stuff like that. So, is that like what is gonna destroy herself? But like he said, he's making a mistake. She's gonna destroy herself. Or Am I reading too much into this? I'm not sure.
I think it's a pretty
Okay.
good inquiry. That's
Yeah,
I got you. I got you now. I was just trying to make sure. Like,
if there's anything else I can think of, so I think you're on the right track.
he looks at it and kind of takes a while to kind of try and work out what was kind of said, and writes down many lives will be lost. Martha hated by all.
Martha hated by all.
He's hated by all.
I think it's similar to me, Powers. Kind of like it's gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet.
Well, we got one day to get this whole thing figured out.
Yeah. What if hated by all means the consequences of the concert? She was hated once. It could happen again. Like
there's never been clear why exactly she was hated, though. What could she have done to have been that violent?
Last time it was because her singing was too emotional, right? Too sad.
Correct. Yes.
And right now, Louis gotten himself like saddened by her singing during the performance. Like I'm not saying it weren't the drinks, but like it could be like a coincidence. But like so, and Sammy himself said that she loses herself in the sadness of the music sometimes. So, and the music seemed to be kind of like a trigger in your case, like for you remembering, but then again, it could be just that kind of music. So, like, what I'm getting at is like, she's gonna be singing for the biggest fucking crowd that she ever sung for, right? Her music makes people emotional. She gonna target most likely people that are saddened by some sort of event in their life. And we've got 2 people dead that most likely couldn't handle it and had a fucking heart attack from it, or however they have died. So,
how about this? Sorry, go ahead.
Like, I'm like trying to think. It's like putting those things together. Like that makes sense to me.
It does. I mean, I think that's what's happening here, right? We know that her voice is bringing out the negative emotions or the sad emotions in people to the extent that it breaks their heart, right? But it only happens through singing. So, if tomorrow she's singing in the biggest arena and she's going to like, she's gonna really put herself into the music, right? Because she's excited. I feel like the more of herself that she puts in the music, the stronger the effect is. And if Martha is hated by by most people, by all, right? Even though the people might pay to come and see her, maybe they didn't like, or maybe some of the people there who are like kind of weary about her, who don't really know her, like they're holding on to some kind of
grudge against her.
Yeah, exactly. So when they hear her sing, she's gonna Martha's gonna put all those people at danger, right? So what we need to do now is probably find out, because we're coming to the conclusion of this. It's like, does Noack have a way to stop her? Does he have an idea of how to stop her? And if he does, are we going to let him help us? In the sense, like, are we going to bring him along in this situation?
If we're gonna do that, we need to get him past Sammy and his goon.
That's true. Because at this point, I think we kind of come to the conclusion that she's not going to stop willingly, right? Like, we can't talk her down. from
We could
this.
stop. We could still stop at the performance, though.
Yeah, we can cut the performance, right? We can stop the performance from happening. That's what we can do. That's something that we can definitely do.
Unless we want to kumbaya session with her and get her to vent all of her emotions and demons out before tomorrow night.
Yeah, because he said
she needs her voice technically to sing, doesn't she?
Yeah, he says that we need to heal her pain. I don't know if we're. How can we heal? Do we even know what's wrong? From what I can see, I think she's most afraid of not being able to sing, which kind of puts us in like a crossroads because if her biggest fear per se, or her pain, like her biggest pain is not being able to sing or losing her career, then in order to heal that, like we'd have to either A, convince her that she's a good singer and that she's not going to lose her career, or B, convince her that whatever whatever she thinks that she gets out of her career, she doesn't need to have this. So both of those things seem completely out of the picture.
There's also a third option. Make her lose her voice before the
We're not cutting out her voice box.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But she may, I don't know, shout a bit too loud. Her voice isn't working on the same level as it was, so it cannot reach that amount of people, or she gets too cold and loses the amount of speak. I'm not saying like tie her to a chair and cut it out. Jesus, no. She's our client. She works for our client. We don't do that.
Wait, how come you said tie her to a chair first?
What?
Forget it. We'll talk about it later. Okay, hold on. So you're telling me our options are: one, we convince her she's a great singer and she doesn't need to feel bad about it. We convince her she's allowed to sing and she shouldn't feel bad about it. We cause her to lose her voice. Those are our options.
Or maybe I'm gonna turn to Noak and I'm going to write down: Do you have a plan in how to stop her? Like, how do you plan to stop Martha? Like, what is his plan for this? Because I'm assuming that I'm assuming. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, no, you're absolutely right. This whole time, he was trying to stop.
Yeah.
Like, what was he going to do?
That's what I want to know exactly. So I think we should like try to find out if he does have a plan. If he was trying to get in contact with her, what was he planning to do with her? Right. So I'm gonna ask him that. Like, what is his plan for all of this?
He looks and kind of writes, try to warn her. And as he kind of writes that and then kind of hands it back to you, you see him kind of groan a bit, kind of still nursing some of his injuries as he just passes out from just the pain and
exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, that's just great.
Okay.
What if try to warn her? What if he's trying to warn her of the same people that abducted him?
Could be. It's a possibility, or I haven't thought of it. That's a good idea. But we need to get him to her first. The police is looking for him. Sammy is looking for him, and that big gorilla is looking for him as well. We've been hired to look for him. So, how the bloody hell are we gonna get Martha and him into one room without getting our socks beaten off?
Maybe it's time for us to we can't even arrange a meeting because it's not enough time. We have it's almost like it's 8 minutes to 10 too. So
yeah.
Well, not on that, but also on that note, we'll as you guys think about what to do, the scene will kind of fade to black. Another scene kind of comes visible to the cameras as you see Elijah sitting in a chair in looks like to be some sort of an office, and you hear a door open kind of off camera as a figure kind of walks in, And Elijah's like, so glad you could make it. I was hoping you would answer my phone call. It seems that our common friend is proving to be quite resistant to conventional talks. They may need a bit more of a heavy hand to get them to comply with what I'm planning. And as it does, you kind of see the camera kind of shifts a bit to the other figure. Also, more like a middle-aged man, and also a rather nice suit. His suit kind of has this rather nice stitching of a dragon kind of on it. And it kind of pans up a bit to the familiar face of Cooper, the
Oh my god.
head of security from
Of course. How could we forget about Cooper?
as he kind of looks, and you can see him kind of smiling a bit. His eyes kind of flicker a bit with a inner fire as the scene once again kind of fades to black as we roll the credits.
Nice.
That was good.
So round 2 of Roll Rage is gonna be.
Seems like he's not gonna be happy with Louis and what the Hounds did, but he seems he's out for vengeance. We actually didn't see him since that whole baseball park thing.
Yeah, he didn't sit out him, and Penny is the one that ran him over with a fucking truck.
So now he's just like out for vengeance. So this is
I'm in
our
danger. I'm in danger.
yeah. This is our group nemesis kind of now. I mean, it's technically my nemesis. I'm pretty sure, right, Rob?
Yeah.
This is
yeah, because you do technically have 2 nemesis in it.
Well done.
Wait, I do? Oh wait, I do.
You've lost 2 themes. So
oh my gosh, that's true. My job. That's why
you
he's
lost your
here.
job.
Oh man. So we're going after Cooper and
Oh my gosh.
doesn't Cooper have like ex-military group to himself?
I mean, I think so. Like, he is a dragon. Like, I don't know.
Oh man, we're so screwed.
Do I have to roll for wait, did I roll last time if my nemesis came?
Well,
I honestly forget. So I
don't think
to be honest,
technically-
I actually wasn't even gonna like have him show up, but you kind of brought him in as a focus, so he counts him as being involved.
Yeah, like technically you don't need to roll like for the nemesis to like show up. Like when I spoke to other MCs, like they
it's like a formality. Just they decide when it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
like,
Interesting.
holy shit. I think it's time for us like to start boodling up on juice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
start using it as a currency, not just like in this like way that we've been using it till now.
So the one last thing I'll say before we kind of go over the credit thing, and I'll remind this a bit. So from your investigate role a while back, that exposes you to danger. All of this thrilling night was quite a long night. Longer than you guys have probably planned it to be. So
That goes outside.
So as a thought process, it's a bit you're pushing it against the time of the actual performance. So there will not be any opportunity for downtime before the opera house.
Wow, so I'm stuck with a -3 penalty for the rest of the game, huh?
Well, technically it's -3 madness, and we've established that it affects you in kind of like angry way, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be -3 for most of my actions, that's a pretty harsh way for me to...
hold on, it can actually come into your advantage if you're like in a fight or stuff like that.
Well, it's madness, not anger. So it's like being unable to focus is the way Rob described it.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. I thought like it was like more angry madness, like that.
I could. Well, no. In the situation, I could take statuses off of you temporarily, right? So like I can affect you and give or reduce the status that's on you. So it could come into play depending on how we engage. That I can take a lessen the status on you. Maybe I could even take it off completely if I can burn a tag. Yeah, I can distort your perception, right? In the sense where instead of being mad, I can like try to make you a little bit more sane, and you see things a little bit more clearer, right? So I could maybe affect the statuses on you in the heat of the moment, but it seems like you're gonna have that status on you. But we can work around that. We'll find a way.
Okay.
And also, I burnt watch each other's backs. So in this downtime, I'm going to unburn that. And wait, do we have 3 attention on this theme or not? Do we get a new power tag?
I think we've
actually, mine is filled up. So
same here.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a new power tag. So I'm gonna unburn that.
New power tag or new weakness tag or new game mechanically changing improvement.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think we were talking about
what tag we were going to get if we were to get one.
Yeah, because I think part of the discussion was obviously because we didn't know if the crew theme was going to be changed. Like if Louis kind of like steps out.
Yeah,
true.
I think we've got tight like that as of now, like with the interference. That was our first one, and I'm not sure if we in the end ended up agreeing on it. But there were talks about black sheep improvement, which basically does that you choose one person at the beginning or during the session. I'm not quite sure, and if they take any actions against the crew, then their actions will not count as a crack for the crew theme. Like, we've got it like in the chat. I'm gonna repass it.
Oh, really? So like you choose one person in the group at the beginning of each session?
I think that's how it works, but I'm not quite sure.
So it's you choose one person off the crew to be the black sheep.
Yeah.
And okay. So basically, I don't think we really probably there probably could be opportunities to play into have this actually affect more, but obviously anything that goes against the crew would technically put cracks against the crew theme. Also, as well as if anybody in the crew did stuff that would go against a person's mystery or identity, in theory, you could make a hard choice because it's your crewmate, but it's also going against what you believe in, kind of deal. So you could invoke that. But
you wouldn't get like any consequences for it.
Correct. It wouldn't count as overlooking something that you believe in, kind of, yeah.
So I scrolled up and I saw that we have like this is when we were discussing crew theme improvements the first time. Yeah. So there is quality matters. One of the items or possessions of your crew is a real gem, perfect for what it was made for. Choose one tag from the crew theme. It must describe an item or possession. Any core move you make using this tag is dynamite.
Well, I think none of your tags are really.
Yeah. If we had your van as a crew theme, then we can pick quality matters. So anytime we use your van,
I actually got quality matters as one of the improvements for possession, down the line. So I plan to like take that for my van.
Well, I think Sorry, yeah.
So yeah, the same improvement is like in the possession theme and in the crew theme. So, but I've planned to take it anyways once I hit the 3 in there. But we would put
Okay.
the if we would put the 1 here, then we would need to put the power tag first, and then wait for another 3 attention points to be able to make that improvement.
Yeah. So there's another one here that I think kind of agrees with all of us. I think, I don't know, maybe Louis would like this too. There's a crew improvement called Pull It Together, where it says once per session you can recover a burnt crew power tag.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad idea, but bear in mind, I'm not going to be with you guys much longer, so don't worry too much what I think. But overall, just as a player, that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good one. It's like just like in the middle of the session, we can just like recover one. Like it seems pretty good. And we can use that for the encounter next session, right? We can like watch each other's backs twice, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's how I interpret it, hopefully.
Yeah. And if Louis is going to be like he's gonna have a +3 madness, I think we're gonna have to be looking out for each other pretty hard.
Yeah,
next
that's correct.
session. So I think Pull It Together seems pretty good. If we're gonna pick one.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So Rob, I think we're gonna go with crew improvement of Pull It Together.
Okay.
And I don't know if since I recovered the previous burnt tag, does that give us an attention on it or
no.
Or mark attention. Got you. Yeah. So I recover the burnt tag. It's either or. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have 4. Well, no, not 4 power tags. We have 2 improvements. Coolio.
Okay.
And just so I think, didn't you guys had 2 tags with burnt, right?
Yeah, we've had 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. That's correct. Like the morally gray and the watch each other's backs. Those 2 were burned.
Okay. So I'm assuming I think player recovers one, and I'm assuming someone else recovers another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my action to recover 1 tag. I think. Wait, recover a burnt crew tag. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my action to recover burnt crew tag.
Okay.
See, that's what I was going to do.
Or you can do the other tag.
We have 2. Yeah, we have 2.
I'll burn the other one. I'm sorry, we covered the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm guessing in case we've got everything recovered up and we're already on the attention 1 of the crew thing, because like today we've operated like a bit differently, like the espionage between us turned out to our favor, and like bit of we've seen like problem solving skills at the same time in a bit of a different way than we used to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tensions came to a head and we kind of had to deal with it, even if it's still kind of like, I mean, I would say Blair is still kind of salty, but like as I guess for the most like the time being, it seems pretty patched up.
I don't blame her, like
huge invasion of her privacy, but I mean like she did do some pretty messed up stuff, so it's like you can't expect to like not be investigated. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's the crew theme being taken care of. Which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character this session? Who wants to take that one?
I mean, you did kind of expose my my
Duplicity?
ulterior.
Duplicity?
Yeah.
What was your duplicity? Just say it. Duplicity.
It's true. So I would say like that was like we had one of the more meaningful interactions, right?
Yeah,
That is true. I would say so.
yeah. So I think like for Ben, it would be like definitely with Blair, but like not with like exposing of her. I think that's more meaningful towards her, but more like how the consequences of it were handled.
Yeah.
Like,
So how would Ben feel about it? Does Ben see it as a positive or a negative?
like
Like,
Ben, like the way how she acted. I'm not talking like about the saltiness, but like how
mhm.
pragmatic she was with her actions after the meeting and the exchange, stuff like that. So like Benny would see it like bit of a professional seat, almost you could say, in
Yeah.
her, like kind of like a potential. So like I guess like a help point
Okay.
from the end.
Cool. Yeah. She was forced to kind of get out of her own feelings and kind of just like deal with the situation instead of like hiding it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, she couldn't hide it. It was out. And regardless of how she feels about it, she kind of felt like, okay, well, screw it. I'm just going to deal with this. Like, kind of like when a kid is confronted with their uh their bad behavior and they kind of just like have to fess up and deal with it regardless of how they feel. So,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So what about Louis?
Uh,
Louis, I think Louis, you did the power tag, right? The crew
I did
team.
power tag, yeah, so I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you don't need to pick just one. You can pick multiple like ones if you want
I
to.
I think one pick enough for this session
Okay.
was enough really. Actually, I need to. Yeah, I should probably cut
Yeah,
out
you
of here.
gotta head out, right? Yeah, you gotta head out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hey guys, thank
Awesome.
you again. It's always good to talk to you all. Hope you guys are doing well in your respective
Yeah.
homes.
Yeah, same to you, man. Same to
Rob,
you.
Yeah.
as always, it's been fun. And so right now, we're looking at like the 29th, right?
Correct.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that should be fine for me. I don't think there's anything coming up that I need to worry about. So I'll talk to you guys then.
Sounds
All
good.
Mhm.
All right, everybody have a good day and or night.
Alrighty. Lates.
Talk to you later.
Night, guys.
Night.
Bye. Okay.
Yeah, I think that pretty much like we that's our geek out. It was a good sesh. I was wondering how that was gonna go. I'm just like I had no way or like no real plan for this. I was like, shoot, well this is gonna happen, so let's just see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, I've asked him to MC them during the time we played, and
Mhm.
apparently, help and hurt points can be like used in the moment. They cannot be used retrospectively.
Yeah. I was actually at some point during this sesh, I was prepared to like make some actual rolls against you. Like but like I'm just like, how
Yeah.
much do I want to escalate the situation? Like one day before we have like a really big confrontation, right? Like you know what I mean? I'm just like I
Yeah,
could like
yeah.
I can make some I can hex like your perception and try to lie to you and say that, this is all bullshit. Or I could take over Louis' body and like do something and just like
Jesus
say
Christ.
screw you guys, I'm not part of the group anymore. But I'm just like, you know what? Let me just take my cut my losses here. I tried a thing, I tried to act sneaky, and it kind of blew up in my face. This is a learning point, or a learning experience for Blair.
Yeah. Like, I also, to be honest, like, I'm kind of curious. Is there like gonna be like any like butting of the heads, so like between like Blair and Ben, like is like going to roll against each other like that? That would be hilarious in my.
I mean, like as a dynamic, like flat out, like right now, I think Blair is kind of she feels like almost like you guys don't trust her a bit. Especially after like the bowling alley thing, and now with this. I mean, to be honest, she's not really helping her case, right? She's not really
No,
helping
she's
her case
not.
by
Definitely
acting
not.
sneaky. But the fact that you actually went the extra mile to like hire someone to look into her, she feels kind of like slighted. But I mean, like, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do, right? So yeah, she feels like she is um not trusted. And I
Mhm.
guess depending on how that plays out later, there
Mhm.
might be some headbutting. Like, you know what I mean? There might be some
Yeah.
like conflict like brewing a bit.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
it all depends on Louis. Like, he's the boss of the crew. Like, Ben is there. He's kind of like the right hand kind of guy, taking care
Mhm.
of the business.
It,
There's
it
no business.
it would be interesting because I'm wondering who, if we are getting another person, right? Or if we're gonna
Mhm.
get a fourth person, maybe we could even do like a new dynamic where
Yeah.
I'm kind of like this would be new ground for the new person to join in, right?
Yeah.
There's like this girl who's a part of the group who's kind of problematic, and the new person has no idea what's going on. And if Louis is gone, you and Jax are gonna have to like kind of brief him or them, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this other person who's part of the group who's just like, you know, half with the group and half
Mhm.
not with the group,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like with Benny, like it would be kind of like he's like always on. His character is like always trying to run from his problems. So that most likely includes responsibilities as well. So he definitely wouldn't be the one to step up.
Yeah. So like the group, as far as it goes, would be like Jax is kind of mercenary like in the
Mhm.
sense where, he'll always look out for what's best for him, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Blair
Maybe.
is
I don't know.
kind of a loose cannon in the sense where not really a loose cannon, but she'll realize
Mhm.
that she is kind of feared in a sense, and
Mhm.
she's going to either play into that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, people are afraid of me, right? Like people, they don't trust me. They think that I'm problematic, I'm
Yeah.
not like other girls.
She's the rebel against the mob.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would
Like,
be funny to have a new person join a group that is
like,
absolutely in
yeah.
shambles,
Like, to be
right?
honest, I think I like Blair would be the one like to take the charge in general, although she's like the rookie. Because like
Yeah, yeah.
from all of us, like she has the one. She's the only one with like the goals to herself.
And that's kind of what she demonstrated, right? She kind of demonstrated that Louis doesn't necessarily have to take charge. Like
Hmm. Yeah.
she'll kind of take things into her own hands, and she's kind of like almost like a younger Louis, right?
Yeah.
Like we're in
Yeah.
the sense where she just, if there's something that she wants, she's gonna take it, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And maybe she might even be more problematic than Louis, whereas Louis would try to do things in a more
Problematic.
formal